This is Carla Hinton reporting for the Oklahoman and NewsOK.com. I'm here in the studio with Celeste McGee of Midwest City. She is getting ready to start a new ministry in Thailand. It's a different kind of ministry, and I'm hoping that she can share more about it today. Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, what I'd like to ask you, Celeste, how did you get involved with Thailand? What made you decide to go to Thailand for ministry?
It's kind of a long story, but I started studying about different countries, and Thailand is 96% Buddhist, and that's what caught my interest at first. But then when I studied about the culture and the religion, I found out about the massive amount of prostitution that happens there and how women and men are forced into prostitution. And it really just broke my heart, and really was intrigued and wanted to go.
Okay. Well, the first thing that struck me about you, one of the things that you said to me was that you're a Midwest City girl. You attended Christian Heritage Academy. You graduated from Christian Heritage Academy and Oklahoma Baptist University in Shawnee. And then you got your master's, is that right?
Yes.
In Fort Worth, Texas?
Yes.
At
Southwestern Baptist Theological Seminary, the big long title.
Okay, so you a Christian girl, and you decide you're going to go to Thailand. Tell me how that happened. How did you make the jump from thinking about it and maybe doing some research to actually going?
Okay. Well, I was very sheltered and very protected growing up in a Christian environment, and the more I studied about just God and missions, I really felt like God was saying that we're not supposed to stay in a comfortable bubble. We're supposed to be impacting the world and helping people. Not just helping them physically, but helping them emotionally and mentally and spiritually. And so, I don't know how to explain it adequately, but I think if I was born in a different situation and I had my roles reversed, and I was being forced into prostitution or trafficked, I would want someone to come rescue me. I would want to be given a different opportunity than the one that they experience every day. And so if Christians aren't going and making a difference and trying to do their part, then I don't think their life will change.
Okay. Now, from what I understand, you became a missionary with the Southern Baptist Convention's International Mission Board.
Right.
How did that happen?
Right. After college, actually my last semester at OBU, several of my friends had applied for the Journeyman program. And so I was helping them pack and prepare and just praying with them. And they told me, Celeste, you really need to consider going overseas and helping and working. And I just kind of laughed because my parents didn't let me out of the state for college, so I didn't think they would let me go that far. But I ended up praying about it and applied, and the International Mission Board sent me to South Korea for 2 years. And then after that is when I came back and finished my master's and started the process to go to Thailand.
Okay. And you were telling me that you got your master's because you wanted to specifically deal with the prostitution problem in Thailand.
Right. The IMB actually gave me really good advice and said, go and get your master's in counseling and focus on helping those with that have been severely sexually abused, that are focused on having sexual addictions and gender confusion and just a lot of trauma. And so I was able to go and focus on those areas and prepare.
Okay. Tell me about your first few years in Thailand. You've been over there for 2 years? Okay.
I went summer of 2005 for the first time, and then I went summer of 2006, and I interned and worked with this nonprofit ministry called The Well, and then a job opened up in February of 2007, so I moved there after I graduated and lived there almost 2 years and worked as a counselor in this facility. And by the end of my time there, we had 65 women that had left prostitution and had joined the program and who were getting their lives back together again, and were reconnecting with family and their children and furthering their education and doing the things they needed to do to get healed, I guess.
Okay.
So.
Tell me this, because I think I want to make sure that we make this clear. But why is prostitution so prevalent in Thailand?
I don't know if there's an exact reason. I think prostitution has been in the history of Thailand for years. It's even recorded in some of the temple worship. They had prostitutes in temple worship. I think after the war, a lot of American soldiers went into Thailand as a retreat, as a vacation, and these women, a lot of the women believed that it was their chance to find a husband, to find a wealthy man, and so women from all over the villages in the north and the northeast part of Thailand flocked down to, Pattaya and Bangkok, and were hoping that they could win, this soldier's heart, and it just became a huge issue after that, where red light districts were popping up everywhere. The problem is Bangkok, you go into Bangkok and it looks industrial and modern and Western and prestigious and successful and all those words, but the majority of Thailand is in poverty, and the parents are doing whatever they can to survive and provide food for their children. And so a lot of the times one of the daughters are forced into prostitution in order to help the family income, pay off high debts, to help the younger siblings' education and those things. So there's many reasons why prostitution is such a big deal in Thailand.
Okay. Now, what is the name of your new ministry? You're getting ready to go back, is that right? This
Yes.
month? Okay.
I came back for several months to start a nonprofit from the ground, and I had no clue what I was doing, but a lot of people here helped me walk through that process, and it's called Don Nam, and it's a Thai word that means the source of water.
Okay.
And I have 2 Thai staff waiting for me to return in Bangkok, and they came up with the word, and it's based on the story of John chapter 4, where Jesus met the woman at the well.
Okay.
And she had several men in her life. She had a bad reputation, and Jesus spoke directly to her heart, and it changed her. And she went back and told her village about Jesus and how he had changed her. And so that story kind of flows with our vision and mission statement, is that we want to help people not just meet Christ, but have their lives changed.
Okay. And now I know that your ministry in particular is going to also focus on a particular group of prostitutes. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Right now there's 4 really good nonprofits in Bangkok helping female prostitutes.
Okay.
And we all kind of network and keep in touch with each other and help each other out. We're good friends. But there's no one really focused on the male prostitutes,
okay,
and especially the men that dress as women.
Okay.
They were actually, most of them were raised to be women,
okay,
for various reasons, and so there's no program for them. And as I was doing outreach, we go into the red light districts 2 or 3 times a week, and I kept meeting these young men prostituting themselves, these young teenage guys, or the men that were dressing as women, and they wanted out too. They wanted opportunities, and they would say that several times to me. There's many programs focused on helping the women, but where do we go? There's nothing for us, and we want out too. And so it just really opened my heart to the idea that these guys need help too. And hopefully all the nonprofits will continue to work together, but I'll start focused on a rehab program for these men, help them come out of prostitution, provide for them a legitimate job. We're going to have a coffee shop bakery business, okay, so that they can learn a trade while they're receiving counseling, receiving rehab, going through detox if they need to, things okay, like that.
Okay.
So.
Okay. And they have a particular name for the men who
the men who are raised to be women are called lady boys.
Okay.
And they're actually considered the 3rd gender in Thailand. Okay. So it's a really confusing thing. A lot of times they believe their spirit inside of them is a female, their anatomy is male. And so the spirit in Buddhism is more important than the anatomy. So the mom or the family will raise the son to be a girl.
Okay. So. Interesting. Now, how can people get involved if they wanted to help you in your ministry? What should they do?
They could go to our website. It's www.donnaam.org, which is DTONNAAM.org. It's a Thai word, so it's difficult. You'll have to hunt it down. But we need volunteers. We need financial support. We need to provide scholarships for these men and women to be able to leave prostitution and start a new life. So we need prayers. Lots of prayers.
Okay.
So.
All right. Well, thank you. Thanks so much for coming and sharing your story. This is Carla Hinton reporting for the Oklahoman and NewsOK.com. Read more about this particular ministry in the Oklahoman.